So hello everyone, this is day 10 of our full stack data science with Gen AI and Agentic AI training course, right? So here we will discuss about Seaborn library. So we will not discuss only Seaborn, but we will discuss about Seaborn plus Pandas library. Okay, so means we will club Seaborn as well as Pandas. And in last class, we already discussed about Pandas. Okay, we have seen the operation and inbuilt functions about Pandas. Okay, so just give me answer, guys, because from so many classes we have discussed. Okay, starting we have discussed about NumPy now. So NumPy is used for what? Just tell me. And tell me like Pandas is used for what? And next tell me Matplotlib. Why do we use Matplotlib? And why do we use Seaborn? Okay, so just think about it. Okay, so NumPy, why we use NumPy? NumPy is used for numerical. Okay, so whenever we want to do operation regarding multi-dimensions array. Okay, whenever you want to play around multi-dimensions array or matrix, then you use what? NumPy. So NumPy is what? Multi-dimensions array. Okay, it is used for multi-dimension arrays. And Pandas is used for what? Creating data frame. Okay, we create data frame in what? In Pandas library. Pandas, or you can say Pandas library. Okay, and why do we use Matplotlib? So basically, Matplotlib is used for visualization. Okay, so this library is used for visualization. And when we talk about Seaborn, so Seaborn library, why do we use? So whenever you want to do the advanced visualization, okay, on large data, whenever you are analyzing any data using Pandas library, on that data you want to get some visualizations, right? So that time you can use Seaborn. Okay, Seaborn for advanced visualization. Correct. So here you can see about Seaborn library. So Seaborn is what? A Python library. A Python data visualization library built on top of Matplotlib. Okay, so we can say the Seaborn library is an advanced version of Matplotlib. Are you guys understanding or not? I hope everyone is understanding. Okay, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of Seaborn library? To create beautiful and aesthetically meaningful charts easily, right? So we have code as well. Do not think we will learn only the theory. We have this data set. This is the country's GDP data set. Here you can see the country names, country code, country birth rate, and internet user and income group. So here we will try to analyze which country is having high income group and which company is having low and middle income group. Okay, and we will try to relate one feature with another feature, like which country is having uh, more birth rate and that company is what, high income or low income. So what you can do, you can find out the correlation between the attributes, between the columns, okay, between the countries as well, right? So that we will do. So here we have this Pandas guide too. So in last class we have discussed till what? We have discussed about how to import Pandas library, right? We have discussed how to like how we can import the data, how we can read the data. So for reading the data, we have different formats. Let me show you, like if you want to read different category of data, then what you can do? Okay, so when you want to read CSV file, then what you will write? pd dot read CSV. When you want to read Excel file, what you will write? Read Excel. So these are the inbuilt function of Pandas library. Let's suppose you want to access JSON file. What you will write? Read underscore JSON. And here you will write file path. Okay. And if you are putting R here, so R means what? Row string. What row string do? Basically, it escape what? Escape sequence. Uh, it escape. Right. For example, if here it's backslash, so backslash will be treated as the escape sequence. So that's why if you will write here R, then it will not treat it as a skip sequence. For example, I'm writing here backslash n. So backslash n here, what's it is a new line, but when you are putting R, so backslash is a different thing and n is a different thing. If you will not write here R, backslash and n will be the same word. Okay, and it will work as a new line. Okay, that is why we put R for the raw string. When you want to read the HTML data, so you can write here pt dot read HTML. So these all are the things you can do by yourself. Okay, you can see this. So for reading the SQL query, so which function you can use? You can use read underscore SQL, right? Okay, so what are the code we have to discuss? We have so much code. Okay, so we will try to discuss, and some of the code we have already discussed. Okay, so we will discuss Seaborn. Okay, so from where we will discuss about it? Let me show you guys. Okay, so from here we will discuss, because this is what introduction to Seaborn, and here what we are importing? We are importing Seaborn library. Okay, but before going to the code, let's discuss more about it, right? So why use Seaborn? For better looking plots than Matplotlibs? Okay, it provide better looking plots, right? Easy to create complex graph. So complex graphs you can easily create. You can see the graphs, such type of graphs you can create. Okay, so we'll discuss each graph one by one, and works smoothly with Pandas data frame, right? So this that is why we use what Seaborn library, and has built-in statistical plots, right? So common plots, what are the plots you can build using the Seaborn library? So you can create the bar plots, inline plot, scatter plot, okay, histoplot, histplot you can build, okay, box plot and heat map, okay, etc. you can build. And how to import it? We can write here import Seaborn as SNS. Are you guys understanding or not? Yes, please try to understand it. Go slow. Okay, I'm going slow only. Okay, what you can do, you can take a pen and paper and you can note few points. If you're understanding anything, then please make a note. This is the way you can be active during the lecture. Okay, in last class, what we have discussed about Pandas library. So what is Pandas library? Let's just do the recap before going forward. Okay, easy to handle data, easy to handle, data handling. Filtering means you are applying the condition and you are figuring out the data based on that condition. Okay, cleaning means removing missing values. Okay, we have seen this. Merging and analysis. Inbuilt data structure like series, which is for one dimension, data frame, which is for two dimension. Data manipulation versus data analysis. So what's the difference between? So this question can be asked in the interview. What is the manipulation and analysis? Right. So manipulation means cleaning the data, transforming data, adding and dropping, okay, and sorting data. So this is all about this is all about manipulation. And what about analysis? Summarizing data, grouping and aggregating the data, statistical insights, finding from the data. So that is what analysis. Okay, so manipulation task and analysis task. Different ways to read different files using Pandas. So we have already discussed about it, right? Next interview question is what? Excel versus Python. So what's the difference between Excel and Python? So Excel is what? GUI based spreadsheet tool. Good for a small data set because it has limitation. What's the limitation of Excel? Number of rows in Excel per sheet is what? 1,48,576 rows per sheet, right? Right. And limitation of Excel are what? Limited rows and columns, slow with large data set, hard to automate repetitive tasks, limited advanced analytics, right? And what are the functions we can use with Pandas library function? Okay, so are you understanding what is the limitation of Excel? So it can hold a certain amount of data. It can work on a certain amount of data. So why Python is required means code based, handle large data sets, automation, advanced analysis and visualization. We use Python. When I'm talking about Python, so I'm talking about which I mean Matplotlib library, NumPy, and we can say Seaborn because these all are the Python library only, right? And what are the functions we have discussed in last class of Seaborn? I mean of Matplotlib. Matplotlib. No. It was Pandas. We have discussed Pandas now. Yes. So we have discussed about info. So what info do? Shows summary, columns, data types, non-null count. Okay, so it displays by the data frame dot info function. Data types. Okay, df data d type means shows data type of each column, right? Now head, what it do? It display first five rows, correct? Head 3 means if you're passing three arguments, then it will print first three rows. Tell means last five rows, and tell 3 means last three rows, from last to three rows. Describe means statistical summary of numeric columns. Okay, it provides. Okay, now let's try to import the Seaborn library. Okay, so if you will see here, we have one data set which is data.csv. Okay, and this data is nothing but a country's GDP data. So in earlier lecture also we have used this. So here also we will use, and we have one file which is Seaborn guide. Okay, so this is the file from where we will practice our code, and Seaborn practice.ipynb file. So here we will write our code. Okay, here we will write the code, and here we will take the ID of the code, right? So before moving forward, let's try to walk through with code like whatever we have discussed in earlier lectures. So let's just walk through that, then we will continue to plotting the graph using the Seaborn library, right? So data frame in Python and how to import the data set. Okay, so panda is what? Pandas are very full. I'm sorry, pandas are very good package for data frames. and it perfects for dataset and very powerful packages. Okay, so how to import the pandas we already know. So we write what? We write import. Import is a keyword and pandas is a library. This is a Python library and we use PD is a alias name. Okay, as PD is a alias name used for data frames. Okay, so if someone asks you why do we use pandas, so we use pandas for data frames, right? So let me run this shell. Okay, so I will choose here Python environment. Okay, let me run it one more. Okay, here I will select base, right? And let's run it again, right? And if you want to execute this code on Jupyter Notebook, also you can do that. And if you don't have Jupyter Notebook, then what you can do, you can use Google Colab, right? So there are multiple options are there which you can follow. Okay, so it will take time to execute because first time we are executing, so it is connecting to kernel base. Okay, so it has executed, there is no error. Then how to read the data set? Data set, right? So what we do, basically we write pd dot read csv. If this is the csv file now. So here I have given here complete path. Okay, I have given the complete path. If you are working in the same folder, then do not don't need to provide this complete path, but otherwise you can provide this. And r we are using to skipping the this skip sequence, I mean backslash. So it has also executed. So what we have created pandas object. Okay, so we have created object of this stats, right? So when you run this stats, when you print the stats, so you will see rows and columns. Okay, rows and columns means you will see overall data which is present in this. So let me just also execute this. So I'll copy the path. I will just open this in Excel sheet. So I will paste the path and I will say okay. I pressed window plus R, then I paste the path and it has opened. So you can see here we have countries GDP data. So here what we have country's name, country code is there, birth rate is there, okay, internet users are there, and income groups are there. So what I will do, let me just highlight them. Let me just provide some color. Okay, right. Okay, so one more thing what we can do here, can we convert it into table? Let's try to do it. What I want to apply filters in Excel sheet. So how to use the filters? So first of all, we need to convert it into table. So insert. Okay, so filters. Okay, filters are there. So here, let me filter it. Okay, like if you want to keep it ascending order or descending order, that you can do. Okay, anyway, so the data set opened in our Excel, and here is our data as well. So see, when you want to, working on any data set, before working on any data set, please first of all we should understand the size of the data. So before working on it, we will checking the length, like how many rows are there. Okay, so 195 rows are there in our data set, and here also you can cross verify. So how many rows are there? 196. Why 196 is coming? Because one row is occupied for the columns. Okay, one row is occupied because of the columns. That is why. Okay, stats.column if you will write, then what you will do, you will see all the columns. These all the things we have discussed in earlier lectures. But why we are repeating the same? So that you should not forget it. Okay. Number of columns if you want to count. So you can write here stats. Stats is what? It is an object we have created here. Stats object. Okay. And here what we are saying dot column. So it will tell the length of the column. So how many columns are there? 5 columns. Similarly, here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 columns are there. So if you want to print top rows, so what you will write? Stats.head. Okay, so how many rows? For 5 rows, it is printing. Okay, top 5 rows it will print. If you will say stats.to, if you're passing 2 arguments, so it will take 2 rows, 0 and 1. From bottom, if you want to print tells. Okay, so tells it will take last 5 rows. Okay, tell 3, so means it will take last 3 rows. Information of the column stats.info. Starting strings are called as an object. Okay, so if you want to check the data type of the columns, so you can write here stats.info. So stats.info, for example, country name. So country name is object. An object is nothing but it is treated as a string in Python. Okay, country code, it is also an object. And birth rate, this is the float value. Internet user, this is again a float value. Income group is an object, means it is a string type, right? Okay, now get stats on the column. So stats dot describe. So what it will do? It will work like a statistic function. Okay, so what it is doing? It is giving count. Okay, birth count and internet users. So it is providing us. Okay, get stats on the column. So which columns it is taking? Float columns. Numeric column it is taking automatically, right? So what it is providing? Count, it is providing mean, it is providing standard deviation, it is providing, okay, and minimum, it is providing maximum, it is providing. So all these things we will discuss in the statistics as well, right, in upcoming lectures. But as of now, you can take the understanding. Describe dot transpose. So transpose means now it is showing like columns are on top and you can see rows are there. But if you will write transform, so columns will come like this. I mean, these two columns, one is birth rate and internet user, it will act as a rows. Okay, and these remaining these rows will work as a column. Okay, count is there, meaning is there. So means what we are doing, we are transforming, right? So this head columns we are aware already. Next is rows, columns, and combine the columns. Okay, so if you want to take values from this particular row to this particular row, so you can do the slicing, which we have discussed. Okay, no need to discuss more. Okay, let's go. Okay, if you want to print particular column value, that you can write like this. Okay, combine the columns, you can write like this, so it will combine two columns. Okay. But we have to work on Seaborn library. So let's see how to import Seaborn. So let's go down. Okay, so here you can see introduction to Seaborn. Seaborn is what? Seaborn is a powerful visualization, static visualization. Okay, it is used for static visualizations package in Python, right? So how to import it? So we can write here import Seaborn as SNS. SNS is what? SNS is a alias name, or we can say short name of Seaborn. So used for advanced visualization or distribution visualization. This is used for Matplotlib is used for visualization. Okay, so like that. And let me just open another file which is Seaborn practice. Okay, so let me just delete these cells which is already created. Okay, here we will practice from scratch. Okay, so how to import Seaborn? So import Seaborn library. Okay, so how to import? So in order to import it, we will write here import Seaborn as SNS. Okay, SNS is a short form. So let's execute it and let's click on base Python. Okay, it's connecting. Okay, you can practice with me, guys. Those whoever is actively listening, please practice with me, right? So what libraries we are importing? We are importing Matplotlib as well. So let's try to import Matplotlib also. So import matplotlib dot pyplot. Okay, as so matplotlib pyplot as plt, right? Okay. Next is what? Why do we use this matplotlib inline, and why do we use RC params? So we use matplotlib inline because whenever we are executing any visualization, whenever we are creating any visualization, so it should not open into the new tab, it should open in the same tab. Okay, so that is why we use matplotlib inline. Why do we use RC param? We are writing here PLT. Okay, PLT is a short name of matplotlib, right? So why do we use this RC param? So that we can mention the figure size. So 8 is what height and 4 is a width. So we are saying like in this particular size, print the graphs. Whatever graphs we will print, the whatever graphs we will create, we are saying this should be the height and width. Okay. Next is import warnings, and here we are writing warnings, filter warnings, and ignore. Why do we use this? We use this so that whenever there is any updation is coming, so our code should not shows us bug. Like in MS Word, whenever we work in MS Word, so whenever you write any name, okay, so for example, if you're writing name or something you're writing which is not recognized by the MS Word, so it will give underline, red underline. It means it is saying this is warning or mistake. So what you do, right click and ignore warning. So similarly here what we are doing, we are just ignoring the warning which will given by the, I mean this library, right? So just that executed. Okay, let me just execute it now. But it's taking this much time. Okay, so let me close this. Let me just open it once again. Let me just execute it one more time. Let me write here print. Okay, not this. Let me just delete this. Here, let me write here print. Hello. Let me see how much time it will take to execute. Okay, so what I will do, I will just close this and I will open it again, VS Code. Okay, so now I hope it will not take that much time. Alright, so have patience, guys. Alright, so let me just click on execute. Connecting to kernel base Python 3.13. Okay, now it will work. Okay, so it has executed. Let me just execute this. Yeah, so it is printing hello, but anyway, we don't need to print this, right? Okay, next what we have to write. Next what we have to write after importing these two libraries, we can write here matplotlib inline so that everything should be in inline. Okay, so let me just copy this and paste it here. So let me open a new cell. Uh, for okay, why we are writing that? For printing visualization on same notebook. Okay, also also customizing customizing size of visualization using RC. Okay, so let me write here those lines. So I hope you're understanding why we are writing these two lines. So let me just execute this. Okay, so there is no error. Similarly, you can also write. Okay, next what we have to do. If you want to check the data here, okay, so if I will write here stats.head, so it will give me error. Okay, let me write here stats.head, and it will give me error. Can you tell me why this error is coming? It is saying name stats is not defined. Okay, but here it is working. Here it is working. Why? Because we have imported pandas, and with pandas we have created one data frame. Okay, so we created data frame object from this data set. So we need to import the Python before, I mean, we have to import the pandas before working on this. So when you are writing this, when we are writing this, we should import the pandas because how we will create the data frame, how we will analyze the data then. So that is why we will import pandas as PD. Okay. Okay, let's execute this. So pandas has imported. Now we have to create the object. So how to create the object? We will write here stats. Any name you can write object name. So we are writing here stats. And then what we will write here pd dot read csv. Okay, because this is .csv file now. So that we will write here csv. Then we will write the file name data.csv. Okay, and let's just run this. Okay, so there is no error, and here also you can execute. Now it is printing the data. Okay, but you can use R as well. Why? Because when you will write location, complete location, C colon, C drive colon, okay, and backslash, then it will make an issue. So if you're giving the full path, then use the R here. Okay, so here also no error, here also no error. Okay, so we are printing this. Let's suppose if you want to print just two lines, so just write here two and run this code again. So two lines are coming. Okay, next is what? Next is what we have to plot this visualization, and this is nothing but dist plot. This is known as dist plot. Okay, so here how to plot this? How to plot this? We will understand it as well. Do not worry about it. So if you want to plot the distribution, so you will write here. Okay, distribution. So how to plot it? So as you already know, we have imported Seaborn, we have imported SNS. Okay, so what we will do, we will write here SNS. Okay, so with the help of SNS, we will call this dist plot. Okay, so earlier there was a dist plot. The function name was dist plot, but that dist plot has deprecated. Now the new function name is dist plot. Okay, you can check the definition of this function. Okay, so what we will do, we will say visualization one, visualization one, and how to plot the visualization SNS. SNS is what? Seaborn. So here we will write this plot. Okay, so this plot, and now it is asking which data's distribution plot you want to create. Okay, so I can say in the stats we have these many columns. So I will say I want to plot a graph. Here you can see we have plot the graph of internet users. Okay, then we will see the insights from this graph. Okay, so we will write here stats. Okay, and then the column name. So which column? Internet user. So let's copy the column name and paste it here. Let's execute it, and here you can see the visualization, right? So if I ask you like, so here you can see here is our internet users. Okay, so here you can see our internet users. Okay, one variable graph we are created. We have created one variable univariable graph. Okay, so one variable graph, and here you can see if I ask you like which what is the count of the what is the highest count of the internet users. So here you can say between you can say between one. Okay, this is the zero, this is a zero, and this is after like zero there is one, and around this is what, 10 or maybe 13. So from 1 to 13 or 14, so there are highest number of internet users. Okay, where is very less internet user? So less internet users are after 22 to 20, we can say 25 or maybe 30, 32, around 33. In this particular range there are less internet users. Okay, so such kind of insights we can find uh, from this graph. Okay, which is this plot, right? So you can also practice it by while writing this, right? Okay, so let's suppose if you want to add here curve line which tells which frequency is high and which frequency is low. So what you can do here, you can add one more attribute which is KDE. KDE is equals to true. So if you will write KDE equals to true and if you will execute it, so the curve line you can see here, this curve lines will help you to understand which particular frequency is having more internet user and which frequency is having less internet users. Okay, so that is you can do. And what is KDE? Let's try to understand. And if you want to provide the height, a particular height to this graph, so what you can do here, you can use one more attribute which is height, and you can say height is 2. Okay, or you can say height is 3. So accordingly you can change the height. And if you want to decrease or increase the number of bars, so here you can use bins. Okay, bins is equals to like 4. Okay, so you can see here 4 bars are coming, and if you want like 20 bars, then you can say 20 bins. So here our bins are coming, right? So what is this KDE? And there is one more thing which is aspect ratio. So here you can write aspect. Okay, and if you can say 1.4 aspect, so like it will provide height, I mean width, it will provide to your graph. Let's try to understand here. Okay, so where it is. Okay, so with this visualization, you can clearly observe. Okay, with this line, what this line tells, actually this line tells the frequency, highest and lowest frequency. Okay, and there are different types of graphs we have, like for example, let me give you one example. So there is a uniform graph. Okay, so uniform graph means, for example, there is a video. Let's suppose you have posted three videos, video one. Okay, and on YouTube you have posted, uploaded two and three videos. Okay, and there is money you got, like 10 rupees. Okay, 20 rupees. Okay, and there is 50 rupees. Okay, so your first video, let's suppose your first video got 10 rupees, I mean 20 rupees. Your second value, I mean second video also got 20 rupees, and the third video also got 20 rupees. Okay, so what you are getting? You are getting here uniform line you are getting here, right? So this is what uniform distribution. What we call it? It is known as uniform distribution. Okay, so this is what uniform distribution. Okay, so this is what uniform distribution. If there are three videos got 20 rupees and you are connecting all these dots, so this is uniform distribution. Let's suppose your next visualization is your first video got this 20 rupees only, and the second video got 50 rupees, right? And now the third video got 20 rupees same. So now if you will connect the dots, so it will like this, distribution will be like this. So if the distribution is like that, so that is what normal distribution. Okay, so there is a difference between uniform, I mean a uniform distribution and normal distribution. So this distribution plays huge role in machine learning model building. Okay, or we can say data analyzing, right? So we will see more things about it, and let's try to understand here one more thing. Okay, so let's try to understand here what is kind here. Kind is equals to hist. So this is what one attribute you can provide in the in where you can provide this attributes. This attribute you can provide in the dist plot. I mean dist plot function you can provide this attribute, and it tells Seaborn to draw the histogram. Okay, bars. And if you're writing here KDE true means adds a smooth curve line KDE on top of the histogram. Okay, so if I don't write here KDE true, if I don't write here KDE true, then what will happen? If I will execute it, is there any curve line you are seeing? So there is no curve line. If you want curve line, so you will write KDE true and run, then you can see the curve line. Okay, so one more thing. Okay, now there is bins. So bins equals to 10 means this is what create 10 bars, or we can say groups in the histogram. So if you will write bin 10 or 20, so it will create the bar, or we can say groups, and it will tell the frequency of each data. Okay, so these bins are telling the frequency. Okay, so which frequency is the highest number of internet users? So you can see it. Okay, lowest internet user you can see here from like from this point to from this point to this point, the internet user start reducing. Okay, so there are different insights we can get from the data set. Right, and height, which you can say plot height becomes 2 inches if you will write height equals to 2. Aspect 1.5. So what it will do, it is like width is equals to height into aspect. So when you are saying aspect 1.5, so it will become 3 inches, because 2 into 1.5 will become 3 inches. Okay. Now you might be thinking about what's the mean of KDE. So this is what kernel density estimation. What does it mean? Simple easy meaning is what KDE is a smooth curve that shows the shape of the data, how the values are spread. Okay. And you can see the ultra simple explanation is what histograms bars, KDE smooth line over the bar. Okay. It helps you to see where data is high, where data is low. Okay. So you can see where data is high and where data is low, right? Now let's try to understand difference between. Okay, so let's try to understand difference between uniform distribution and normal distribution. So uniform distribution means when the data is same, okay, all the data points same at particular range, and normal distribution when a particular data frequency is high. For example, here you can see the definition. Uniform distribution is what? Every value has equal chance to happen. Okay, all the values have equal chance, and shape look like a rectangle, flat rectangle, like a line. Okay, it is a flat rectangle. For example, here is a graph, and here the point will be same, and it is looks like a rectangle, right? No peak, all values are equal, all values are equally likely. For example, rolling a fair dice, okay, 1 to 6 all equals. Okay, normal distribution is what? Middle value have higher chance to happen. Okay, so middle value means, for example, we have three data points, 1 and 2 and 3, and the middle value has, this middle value has higher chance for what? Middle values have higher chance to happen, so it is having higher values, like it will be like this, like a bell shape, right? So shape looks like a bell curve, peak in center. So as you can see here, peak in center. So this is a normal distribution. Data is concentrated around the mean. Okay, example is what? Human height, exam score, right? So like that. And there is one more thing, and there is a one more thing you will see, like when we are plotting the graph using one column, how many columns we are using? We are using one column. Okay, so this one column graph is nothing but univariate graph, univariate analysis. Analysis means we are plotting the visualization using one graph, I mean using one column. So we have different types of graphs or analysis. We can say univariant. Univariant is what? Univariant analysis. Okay, so univariant analysis means visualize the graph using one variable from the data set. Okay, so data set is what? Our Excel file is a data set. Is called univariate univariate graph. Okay, bivariant is graph is what? We are visualizing the graph using two columns. Okay, so there are there are some terms like univariant means we are using one variable, bivariant means we are using two, tri means we are using three columns, three variables. Quadra means what? Means what we are using? We are using four columns, right? So these are the different types of graphs we can visualize. But what we have done so far, univariant analysis. Visualize the graph using single variable, okay, from the data set. So that is called univariant, right? Okay. So we have seen these many things here. And then there is a another graph which is box plot. Okay, so how we can plot, how we can create the box plot. So here, how many variables are there? So here we have two variables. This visualization using two variables. One is birth rate and the second one is income group. Okay, so now this graph is what? Bivariant. Okay, so what we have plot? We have plot box plot graph, right? So when we are talking about two variables, so when we are talking about one variable, this is univariant graph. When we are talking about two variables, when there are two variables, then this is what bivariant. So here we have taken two columns. One is income group, one is birth rate. So if I ask you which income group is having more birth rate, so we have different, I mean, income groups like high income group, low income group, upper middle income group, and lower middle income group. And here you can see this is what lowest, right? And this is mean or median, we can say this line, and this is the maximum, and this is the outlier. Okay, but what I'm asking, which income group is having uh like more, or like which income group is having highest birth rate? Okay, so if you will check here, lower income group, so here you can see this is on top, right? And which is having lowest birth rate? Which income group is having lowest birth rate? So lowest birth rate you can see here, high income group. Okay, when there is a high income group, then you can see in the graph, this is what low income group. Okay, so let me tell you about this box plot so that you can understand properly it. So let me just clean it. Okay, so what is box plot? So shows how a numeric column is spread like internet user. Okay, so one column is what? Internet user. One column you can see there is a internet. Okay, not internet user, but income group or birth rate. Income group and birth rate. But we can create one. So here we have two axes. One is x-axis, one is y-axis. On x-axis we said income group, and y-axis we said birth rate. So like that we have done this. And here let's see. Okay, so shows how a numeric column is spread. Okay, middle line. Okay, what is middle line? If you will observe here, there is a middle line. Okay, so this is the middle line. Okay, or we can say this is a middle line. So what does it mean? What is the mean of this middle line? So middle line, so it tells median. The median, the middle country values, you can say. So box is what? If we talk about this box, so this is what? The main range where most countries falls. Okay, and whisker, the smallest and largest values. Any dot outside that is known as outliers. Okay, so what are the outliers? Outliers are the values which is extremely high or extremely low. For example, let's try to understand some outliers examples. Here in this graph, this is the outlier. Here this is the outliers, and here this is the outlier. So let me show you example of outliers. Okay, so outliers you can see here. Let me open the images. So the value which is far from normal values, so that is what outliers. Here you can see this red point, orange point is the outlier. Okay, and these are the outliers. Okay, these two values are outliers because these are somehow near and there, but there is what, these two values are very far. And see, for example, when we talk about this, so this is here outlier. Hope you're understanding. Let's try to understand the box plot as well. So here you can see, so this is Q1, this is Q2, this is the median. There is a lower lower fence, and this is upper fence. And outside this is what, outliers. Okay, here is also outliers, right? Okay, so I hope you're understanding what's the mean of outliers, right? Okay, so let's try to plot this as this box plot. Okay, so what we need here, we need data. So let's go here and just write here. Okay, so visualization 2 we are plotting. So we will write here SNS dot box plot. Okay, in the box plot, what we require, data. And what is our data? Here, what is our data? Stats. Okay, we have created pandas, the data frame, which is data from frame object, which is stats. So we will say data is what, stored in stats, right? And after that, what is another argument? We have to tell two columns because we are creating bivariate graph. So we need x and y. So here we are taking x some value and y some value. But let's suppose if you don't know the column names, so what you can do, just take one more shell here and you just write here stats dot head and pass 0, and it will tell you the columns. And here you can write, okay, so on x-axis what we want to print, income group. So on x-axis let's print income group, and then birth rate or internet user, anything you can print, up to you. Okay, and then, okay, so now we can plot it. So let's execute it. So here we have another visualization. Let's give can we provide here height equals to 3. Okay, height is not accepted here. Okay, just a moment, let me just add height here. So just to take help of Matplotlib, so plt dot figure size. Okay, just okay. So here we will write fixed size, and this is what, can we say, 4, 4. Okay, so it's increasing, but let's increase the width, which is, let's suppose, 9 and 7. Okay, so now it is looking nice. Okay, so this is how we have plotted the box plot. So this is the box plot. So here you can see, if I ask you which income group is having the lowest birth rate. So when the income is high, so there is less less birth rate in the country. If the country's family's income is low, when the income is low, then there is highest birth rate in the country. Okay, so these are the insights we can find out from the data set. Okay, okay, so next what we have to see. Okay, now we have this another visualization. Okay, this is also bivariant. Okay, so here you can see here, this is what? This is LM plot. Okay, LM means linear model plot. Okay, so how many variables we can see here? If you will see here, there are two variables again. One is at y-axis, one is at x-axis. Right, so there are two variables. So this is what bivariant. Okay, if I say multivariant, so that's wrong. But this is what bivariant, because we are using two data points. I mean, we are using two attributes, two columns data. Okay, and these are the data points. Okay, so these like whatever how much data we have in our data set, those many data points are there. Right, so let's try to understand this, how we can plot this. So let's see here. So LM plot. Okay, so LM plot, the full form is what? Linear model plot. Okay, so linear model plot, LM plot is what? Linear model plot. So a Seaborn function that shows the relationship between two numeric variables. Okay, two numeric variables, it is showing the relationship. One is what? One is one is birth rate and second is internet users. Okay, so if you will see this, two in birth rate and internet user, both are numeric columns, and it is showing the relation between them. Right, and next is what? Can draw the scatter plots and an optional regression line. Okay, so fit underscore reg false means show only the points, no trend lines. So it will not display any line. So if you want to display the line like this, so what you have to do, you have to write what? You have to do, okay, data stats x is equals to this, and okay, if you will write false, okay, so here what we have written, fit reg is false. Okay, so fig reg false means it will not show the trends from the in the data set. Right, okay, and let's see this. We are creating the visualization, fourth visualization using Seaborn. So sns.lmplot, linear model plot, and data is what? Stats. Okay, so we are analyzing the stats data, we are visualizing the stats data. Okay, and x-axis, the column name is internet users, and y-axis, the column name is birth rate. So makes a scatter plot plus regression line. Okay, because why it will create the regression lines? Because fit reg is what? Fig reg is not false here. Fig reg is not false here. If you will make it false, then it will not print any regression line. Okay, let's try to do it once here. So can you please tell me what to do? So we have to plot visualization for, okay, so what we have to write? sns dot lm plot. Okay, Data is what? Data is coming from, data is the attribute which is coming from stats. Okay, we will visualize this data, tell the x, tell the y. Okay, how you will tell x and y? X and y is what? Columns. Okay, so if you don't able to see this, so what you can do, similarly here you can print stats dot head. Okay, if you will write only head, it will print these many values, but I just want to know the columns, so I will write head only. And I will say the internet users and birth rate. So birth rate, let's copy the birth rate. And the next one is internet users. So let's just take the internet users. Okay, so let's just plot the visualization here. So here we are getting this line as well, but I don't want to see the line. Okay, I don't want to see the line. So what I will do, I will write here fit rate is what false. Okay, so now the line is not coming. Okay, the trends are not showing, but if you will remove this or if you will make it true, by default it is true. You will make it true, then it is showing. All right. Okay, next what we have to see here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, next is visualization 5. So SNS LMplot dataset X internet users by birth rate and fit reg false and hue is what? Income group. So what it will do? Do not draw regression line because it is false. Only points it will display. U means income group it will display. Color points. Okay. Income group will be color point based on a category. Okay. Different groups appear in different colors. Okay. So U we are saying income group. So you can see here U parameter for color. Okay. So here you can see high income it is displaying with this blue color or maybe sky blue color, and low income, so this is kind of orange color, and this green color is for upper middle class. Lower middle class is what? This red color. Okay, so now it is giving the color visualizations of what? Of income group. If you will say birth rate, so according to birth rate it will give. Okay, so can we do this? Can we try this, guys? Yes, so I'll copy this and I will paste it here. I will say reg is what? Reg fit is what? False. Okay, and I will say hue it what? Income group. Income group coloring I want. Not this. Okay, income. Let me just copy the name. So income group. Because if you will do the spelling mistake or something, it will not work. That is why. So now executed. You can see here with the colors, you can see the income group. Okay, but we have birth rate and internet user. But let's keep here birth rate, or maybe okay, let's keep birth rate. Birth, no, not rage. Birth rate. Is it? Is it? So it's taking a lot of time to execute it. Okay, so it is loading like this. Okay, do not say birth rate, but say income group. Okay, and here on x-axis also say income group. Income group. Okay, so there is some error in writing the name. One thing right here, internet users, and by is what? Birth rate, and hue is what? we can say internet users. Are we writing the correct spelling? Let's write here stats dot head. Okay, internet users, all right. Again the error. Why it is the error? What this error is saying? Internet users is not internet inter users. I've said internet users. Internet users here. Net users, right? Taking time. Yes. Here you can see here what is this? We have we have written here internet users and their birth rate, and in hue, okay, we have given the income group. That is why. Okay, let's provide here income group, not the birth rate. Okay, let's provide here income group. Group. Not here, but in hue. So it is printing like this is scatter plot. I mean linear model plot with this color indications, right? So the fifth visualization is what we have given the income group. Okay, so here is what. Okay, so we have given size. So size what increase the height of the entire plot, makes the plot bigger vertically. Okay, so let's try to give size is what 10. Size is what 10. Okay, so size is 10. Let's provide here size. Let's execute it. Okay, what's the mistake? LMplot got an unexpected out. Unexpected. Why it is unexpected? Size 10. Here and paste. Run. Then it is saving. And here also, is it working here? So it is not executing right now. Warnings. It accepted the height of so I think the size has been deprecated from this. So what we can use in LMplot, we can use here height. Let's say height. Okay, so now it is showing. Now it is showing. Okay, so can I write here for? Yeah. So it is working, right? So you can adjust the height. Instead of size, what you can write height. Right. So here is what height. Here is also height. Right. So height of the okay. So let's conclude today's lecture. Okay, and so please practice everyone, and in the next video we will discuss more about it. So let's see, we have done what? We have seen data. Data is what data set you want to use that you can provide to the data attribute. X is what X axis, Y is what Y attribute is for Y axis. Fit reg is what true or false means, do you want trends or not? Trend means the line on the points you want. True shows the regression line, otherwise false means it will hide the regression line. U gives different colors to different groups. Category column. Okay, category wise it will display the columns. Height of the plot in inches. Okay, aspect you can give width ratio. Okay, and markers you can provide change shape of the scatter plot. So if you will use the markers that we have used in earlier, you can try it by yourself. And palettes you can use. Okay, choose a color style, and then we can use height, the alternative of size new version. Okay, so so that's all for today. In the next video we will discuss more about it. Okay, so guys, practice and comment if you're finding any issue. Okay, and let me just provide you this data as well so that you guys can practice. Okay, so let me just open the, so here is H. So data science. So this is which lecture? This is the 10th, I guess. Yes. So this is day 10. Okay, so let me just write here. So create announcement. Day 10. Okay, so here I will import, I will upload here materials. So what we have practiced, Seaborn. So Seaborn practice data. Okay, so you guys can also practice it. Let me attach that notes as well. Okay guys, so you can join this Google Classroom. Okay, later on I will create the GitHub as well. So on GitHub also you can get everything, but till then you can access this classroom, and here you will get code and everything, right? So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time. Bye all of you.